So over the course of Fortnite's history, many items have been vaulted along with many weapons, such as the jetpack. But recently, when Season 6 started, we lost the bounce pads and a few other items that I am going to discuss in this video. As always, make sure to hit that like button if you do enjoy. I never create clickbait content on this channel, guys. So we're already a few weeks into Season 6 and it is a way better meta than Season 5. Getting rid of the drum gun changed that, but that was actually in Season 5. When Season 6 actually sprung upon us, a few items were removed from the game, and in this video I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to explain my thoughts on whether they'll be re-released and when we should expect them to be re-released, if of course they do get redesigned to be much more balanced items. Some of these items are balanced but were removed for reasons like they were upgraded into another item. To avoid redundancy, Epic Games removed them, and for some of these items they were just simply removed because they're too overpowered. So let's get right into it. So a lot of people have been talking about impulse grenades and how they were removed from the game. Well, yes, that is kind of a big deal, but ever since shockwave grenades came out, I really haven't been using impulse grenades. So, you know, I think that that is the least big deal of all the vaulted items I will go through in this list. Of course, guys, impulse grenades were good for team killing and things like that if you did like trolling people. But to be honest, if you kept doing that, you'd get banned anyway. So impulse grenades are pretty much redundant now that we have shockwave grenades available, which will obviously grant you no fall damage, which is much better than using an impulse and accidentally killing yourself, because I've done that a number of times in the past. So overall, since the shockwave grenades came out, it was basically an upgrade, and that was the reason why impulse grenades were vaulted for Season 6. I do not think we will see them come back anytime soon. Next up, we have to talk about C4s. Now, these were only recently in Season 5 upgraded to the epic rarity, and now with Season 6 well underway, they were removed at the start of Season 6. So I did actually see a lot of C4 everywhere, and I remember when I was playing when it was only rare rarity, it was really easy to get, and way back then you could actually stack up to 10 C4. But they moved it down to carrying 6, and now obviously C4 is no longer available as it has been vaulted. It's kind of an unbalanced item, and for the most part it's kind of one of those newbie items. Obviously C4 did a bunch of damage, 70 damage per C4, and you could just plant it to buildings. And also if someone is in a build fight, you know, they'd take fall damage. It was just an item that pros were to avoid, apart from, you know, obviously you have to abuse it. It's kind of a broken item. But when you do get killed by C4 by a player that is clearly not as skilled as you at the game, it is very irritating. So I understand why they removed C4. It was one of those broken items, just like the drum gun, that just needed to be taken out of this game because, well, it was a pretty cancerous item, if I am to be honest with you guys. I don't think we'll ever see this again, but comment down below if you do think they will create some new type of C4, maybe another type of explosive that maybe isn't quite as broken, but kind of emulates the C4 in a way. Additionally, guys, you are probably already aware of this change, but the LMG, the light machine gun, Kelly's favorite weapon in all of Fortnite, surprisingly, was removed from the game as well. Now, this is kind of the little brother of the drum gun. It was kind of a spammy weapon as well, so I can see the reason for Epic to remove this from the game. Of course, there is no wonder behind it, and I don't really think this is gonna come back, guys, because it was really just another skill gap weapon, one of those newbie weapons for obviously avoiding build fights. There were upsides to using an LMG though, but the spam factor was just one that needed to be removed from Fortnite, and I really do thank Epic for removing the LMG. There were a number of times I died to it, and you know, it didn't make sense because it actually created a lot of glitches in game, funnily enough. I am willing to bet the light machine gun will never see its return to Fortnite. The second type of SMG, the suppressed SMG, was also removed. It was recently kind of leaked, and a lot of people are speculating that we'll see the tactical SMG return, which was the SMG that was removed, you know, way back, which did have a purple rarity, and I remember it was lethal, guys. In seconds you could just kill a person with that. It was really good. However, there are people suggesting that that will return, the tactical SMG will return, and then we'll just basically have what is the regular SMG now and the tactical SMG in the game, and no longer gonna have the suppressed SMG. However, I don't really know the reason behind this change. Comment down below if you think it deserved to be removed. But for me, guys, I think the suppressed SMG was useful for squads, since people didn't really know what direction you were shooting it from. However, with close combat, the regular SMG is much inferior to the suppressed SMG, so that could be why they wanted to remove it. They may have thought it was a little bit broken, because that first hit accuracy you can get on the suppressed SMG is just really amazing, to be honest with you. Last but not least, we obviously have to talk about the bouncers. Now, since the freeze traps came out, it's no wonder why bouncers were removed. The freeze traps are basically a kind of nerfed down version of the bouncers. I mean, they do put ice blocks on your feet and you can take fall damage, but they're pretty cool to use for mobility, and in my opinion, bouncers were removed from the game because they were another tool for noobs, but there were just so many good uses for them that I'm kind of frustrated they're now gone. But we do have various ways of getting around the map now, and getting off of build fights is a lot harder. So for those players with the high ground, downside from always having the high ground is that if you don't have bouncers, which were removed from the game, how are you going to get down? So that's another factor. You're always going to have to worry about that. Whereas before, bounce pads were really handy. If you did get into a big build fight, no need to worry, you could get down really easily. So ultimately, guys, rest in peace bounce pads. Do I think they'll ever come back into the game? Maybe not. I mean, they were here for around like 2 seasons, so it'd be interesting to see when they do come back, if they ever do come back, but they were vaulted, and for now, you know, we haven't been able to use them for a little bit. I remember actually when they did release back in season 3, so you know, I've been here for the whole lifespan of bouncers, which are pretty much the most talked about vaulted item or vaulted utility that came out with the season 6 changes, and it changed the meta very much, guys. A simple vaulting of items can change the meta so much. Overall, I'm happy with season 6's changes. Not really happy with the bouncers and the suppressed SMG being gone, but comment down below and tell me what you're most upset about and when you think some of these vaulted items will be coming back into the game. With that said, guys, hope you guys are having a good day. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you are excited for more non-clickbait, informative Fortnite content.